In the astrology of November 30th, we start our energy today off with some interesting transits, such as the moon in Cancer in a biseptile with Venus in Libra, as well as Venus in a triseptile with Uranus. In the energy of the moon in its biseptile with Venus, we are going to experience a lot of changing, shifting feelings today, especially in context to our relationships. So whether you are single and you are in the process of forming something new, or even considering what type of relationship you want, you might experience some shifting sands today. And for those of you who are in relationships, you might just notice a recontextualization of the way that you're looking at your relationship partner, the way you're looking at yourself in context to them. With Venus in its triseptile to Uranus, there's a great deal of change there. So this is sometimes when we have Uranus-Venus aspects, you're going to experience suddenly saying, why don't I have more adventure in my relationship? Or why isn't my relationship more comfortable? Why is there a lack of communication? Why do we have so much communication? So just don't be surprised if you noticed shifting, changing dynamics in your relationship, or at the very least the desire for shifts and changes in those relationships. And also notice that faded moments are what's going to bring them into being, such as just so happening to flip on the TV and seeing a relationship that is exactly how you've been thinking about the relationship you've always wanted, or a sort of shifting change of the relationship you already have. So for Aries today, you are going to have a great deal of this relationship energy in your sign in particular, because you are going to be experiencing a desire for new relationships, or a desire for deepening the connections with the relationships you already have. For Taurus, this is going to manifest a little bit differently in a restless need for change, a restless need for changes of scenery, or changes of altitude, or changes of attitude. There's just going to be a desire overall for change, which is a little bit unlike you normally. For Gemini, today's energy is about sort of clearing the whiteboard and chalking up an entirely new plan, letting go of certain ideas or attachments that you've had to an idea that you now realize you don't actually love anymore. You originally loved the idea of them, but now things have changed and you want to try something entirely new. For Cancer today, this energy is going to manifest as empathy. It's going to manifest as seeing from, whether it be your partner or a potential new relationship partner's point of view, seeing yourself from their eyes, specifically seeing yourself from their heart. For Leo today, this energy is about changing your mind while still keeping your word, meaning that you're going to be carrying out and fulfilling certain commitments you've made while still expressing that what you originally agreed to, you now look at a bit differently. And so in the future, as new commitments are made, you're going to be asking for different things or explaining different needs that you have. For Virgo, today's energy is going to manifest as a belief that things can get better. This is, not only believing, but communicating to other people. I want this from my friendships. I want this from my relationships. This is what I actually believe is possible. Maybe before you didn't even have the belief that something really could be as magnificent as you're now fantasizing about. But at the same time, this is a great time to start expressing what you actually believe is possible between you and another person. For Libra, this is ironically going to be about finding yourself through relationships. Sometimes the common phrases thrown around these days are, I left my relationship so that I could find myself. But this energy is about finding yourself within relationships, within friendships and familial connections, finding who you are through your connections with other people, finding what part you've been playing and the part that you want to play. For Scorpio, this is a much softer, almost simpler, warmer energy than you might even be used to, but today's about stabilizing rituals. It's about returning to traditions. This is about going back to old times, and this comes from a sentimental place, but it's something that you do, even though originally it feels like a feeling. For Sagittarius, this is about trying again. So whether this is about trying the same relationship that you've been in again, or whether this is about trying to find love again in entirely, this is going to be an important day to make a decision that you want to go for something that maybe you tried to do in the past and had a bad experience with. For Capricorn, you're going to be incredibly objective today, incredibly pragmatic, and have a strong sense of metallic clarity. You are going to know what it is that you want, and you're of course first going to know what it is that you have to do in order to communicate that. For Aquarius, this energy will manifest as clearing up miscommunications and creating clarity. Essentially going to people where you know something was unsaid or was misunderstood, and maybe you didn't address it at the time, so you didn't have to experience the conflict of that. So today you are going to be called to clear these things up, to clear the air. For Pisces, you are called to understand that things are not going to change on their own, and that there are some interventions you're going to have to make. While it's important to understand you can't make other people change their behaviors, you of course can address what it is that you expect. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I hope this horoscope has been helpful, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.